a question to a customer care center and you're talking to a voice bot, it is taking 1 second to respond you back, you will hang up the call. We have seen that a lot of times. The maximum worst case scenario response system that we keep as an SLA is 800 milliseconds for a voice based interactions, and it is super tough because not only should you respond in under 800 milliseconds, which is considered terrible again, okay? It should be below 500 milliseconds. You should also make sure it is as accurate and should vibe with the customer. Vibe is the keyword here, right? So you should match what the customer is expecting, right? And it should not bluff. It should be accurate, right? So these are all the things that we play around with. I don't know why it gets stuck in the middle of the air, but yeah. So that's what an actual voice bot today does, all right? So what it will do, it will tend to increase the reduce the AHT, increase the containment, and vibe with the customer, right? So how do you calibrate the vibe with the customer thing? We call it as CSAT, the customer satisfaction score. We have that calibration after every call, and I'm very sure you all know that after you hang up, they will request you to give a survey or whatever, right? It goes in many forms. So what does this voice bots do? And how do they sound human? How do we add emotions to these voice bots? It's not a question for you because it's a one-way thing. I'll have to discuss everything and you'll have to listen, unfortunately. So the answer is SSML. So it's existing from so long. It's just like a HTML tag, but it is an SSML tag. It will add the breeds, it will add the emotions. We call it as prosody or other keywords. There are about 200 plus tags that will enable and enhance the voice. And you can find the online tools that can add emotions directly to the text you give, right? And when we are trying to do this, one of the major hurdle or dissatisfaction that we heard from the customers is for the entire call, let's say, I want to know a quick information, a Boolean information. Am I eligible to withdraw my balance right now or not? Let's say it's a yes or no answer. It can be done in 1 second. I'll make a call. The first hurdle I face is authentication. I do not know who you are, so authenticate yourself. It'll take about 5 minutes to 6 minutes because the first question they ask is, I need your complete SSN. No, I'm not giving you my SSN because I don't know, I don't trust you, right? Okay, what is the next option? Tell me your date of birth, tell me your zip code, or all the other PVQs, right? This will eat up a lot of time. What if I remember SSN but I messed up one number in that entire SSN, and then I processed it, I told the answer, and then system says that no, it is not right. This is all terrible experience in loops, right? So we have come across another technology to bypass this, which means you don't have to authenticate anymore, okay? So you call and I'll automatically recognize you. How cool is that? So that's called as voice biometrics, the voice fingerprints. Everybody has our own fingerprints, but we also have our own voice fingerprints. So that's where it links something with our President of the United States. I will show you in the very end. So, but again, these voice fingerprints will run through millions of combinations of your accent, your voice, your speech patterns. The moment you give a consent, we'll register all your voice fingerprints, and it will be super accurate because we do a negative testing on it. How do we do that? We synthesize your voice. Again, not your voice, certain person's voice. Okay. So we synthesize with 100% accuracy, right? And then we will feed that synthesized voice to this voice biometric validator, and that validator should be able to identify this is synthesized voice. This is not the original person, right? So these are all the accuracy related fine tuning that we'll be doing on the voice, but to make sure that whatever we are doing is compliant enough, because Manulife has a bank sector, we have insurance sector, so we are very vulnerable. We look rich, but one chance and we are gone, right? So if at all there is any compliance issue, there'll be suings. So we are very cautious about what we are doing, and we do a lot of negative testing before we even release anything into the production, right? So that's the era that is entered right now. So we have enabled this for few LOBs where it's an automatic